welcome back to my channel, Welshman Reviews. Today is my non-spoiler review for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So this is the sequel to the first one, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I absolutely love that movie. I think it's easily one of the best Spider-Man movies out there. To me, I think this one beats that. I think it elevates everything from that movie and makes that movie better, knowing they've taken some stuff into this movie. It is, but I think this movie is better than that one. And I find the other one a near perfect movie, and this one's an even nearer perfect movie. So Phil Lord, Christopher Miller back for writers of this movie. Obviously, most of the I'm not going to run off the actors for this movie. It's so many, and all, especially most of the ones from the last movie. Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Peter B. Parker, if I'm not mistaken. Brian Tyree Henry, who plays Miles's father, and Mahershala Ali as Aunt Glaron, come back for their voices in this, and there's like a string of new voice actors in this. Obviously, Oscar Isaacs, who reprises his role from the end of the last movie as Spider-Man 2029. It is. Andy Samberg does a little cameo. Daniel Kaluuya does Hobie Brown, who is the Spider-Punk. It is. Jason Schwartzman is the voice of Spot, the new villain of this movie. It is. And there's a string of others. Just go on IMDb and just check. There's so many voice actors in this movie. It is. So pretty much the story is kind of takes place a year after the last movie. Miles is having a bit of a hard time in his universe, not really knowing anything. Hard juggling Spider-Man and school, etc. And feels alone. He has no friends or anything like that. And the only ones who really know him as he is, obviously, are in another universe. Gwen, Peter, Spider-Pig Noir, and Penny Parker as well. It is. So he has that going, unfortunately, going for him. Same as Gwen, because the movie does start with Gwen and her kind of how tough her life is, that she has no friends really. She's in a band, and yeah, they class her as a friend, but she doesn't feel close to him. And like I said, the only friend she says she's really made after the death of her Peter was Miles Morales, and they can't see each other. It is. And unfortunately, it does show how he died. Peter Parker died in her universe, and he was bullied, and he took a serum that made it into a massive lizard similar to Kurt Conner's, and she defeats him. But unfortunately, when the school, like the rubble or the school dance, falls on him, accidentally kills him, unfortunately. But Gwen's father, Captain Stacy, sees her over his body, thinking she killed him, and now she's wanted by the police and all that. So she has that on top of everything else she got. Her father's, as the captain of the police force, is after her as well. So she goes and takes on a villain, a Vulture, which has come from another universe, and that's when she meets Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and Jessica Drew, the Spider-Woman of her universe as well, who are elite squad, who are trying to sort out the multiverse, put all these villains back into their own universes. So unfortunately, after they defeat them, she reveals her identity to her father, but her father still wants to arrest her. So Miguel and that tell her to come with them to the multiverse, to his headquarters, so she can join them and help out. So it pretty much jumps him back to Miles, and Miles is taken on the spot, and then you have a kind of an origin story of the Spot. Then it kind of goes back to the last movie of, if you remember the last movie where Miles throws a bagel at someone and it hits him, that's this scientist, and yeah, he's saying how he created Miles, that Spider-Man, by bringing that spider from another universe into this one, who bit him, and Miles, after blowing up the collider, makes the Spot. That's how he becomes the Spot. But yeah, the Spot then kind of gets kind of mad that Miles uses him as like a villain of the week, like a jokey villain. So he kind of just figures out the way of going to different universes using his spots, and trying to get more powerful and more powerful. And that's when Gwen comes back, and her and Miles have a little interaction, but he thinks she's came back for him, but she didn't. She's come back to survey Spot, and because she hangs out with Miles too long, she kind of screws up that mission. So she tries to stop it, and that's how Miles gets into the multiverse thing. He's never invited. There's always a little thing of she doesn't really want him to join the multiverse, but you do find out later on why. I won't go into that, because I really think you should watch it, because it is a really smart way of why, and it's really powerful as well when Miguel tells Miles why he's not invited to this Spider-Man squad, the multiverse thing. But yeah, you get a whole thing, and then obviously they jump over to Mumbai, or Hatton, I think it's called, the Indian Spider-Man universe, and yeah, it jumps back and forth, kind of helps that universe, but Spot kind of screws it up, and some Spider-Men then come and try and sort out and save that universe. So then we go, and then we get all the sequence then of him going back to the Spider-Man's headquarters, Miguel, and you get whole interactions between there. So I'm going to leave it at that for the story. I don't want to go too far, because the rest of the story after that, as much as good in the beginning, from there onwards, the story's even better. It is. So I'm not going to spoil anything but there. But, like I said, my likes is very... I have probably only one dislike for this movie, and I will say that now because there's so many likes for this movie, and it is with the story. You kind of know where it's going at a certain point of the story. Like Miguel kind of explains, like, certain things with Spider-Man has to happen in the multiverse. So it's all like Gwen dying, Captain Stacy dying, Uncle Ben dying, stuff like that has to happen. And if it doesn't, that universe, if you kind of screw up that, or you try and save it where he's not supposed to, that universe ceases to exist, kind of unravels, they say. But that's the only thing, because when you learn then a bit about the story, you kind of know where the third one's, because they are going to make a third one, where the third one's kind of going to go on how he's going to save the universe, or this multiverse, it is. But that's my only dislike. Like everything else, I think the voice acting in this is elevated from the last movie. I think Haley Steinfeld is the standout voice actor in this movie. She is absolutely amazing as Spider-Gwen. The emotions and stuff in her voice and in her acting is absolutely outstanding. Obviously, Shamik Moore plays Miles Morales, is brilliant again. He does an excellent job. Oscar Isaac, again, his Spider-Man 2099, such a haunted figure in this movie of why he's doing what he's doing. You might not agree with 100%, but you do agree with him on some stuff. You do, and he's in such a tough position, and he's the only one who's willing to do it. It is. Like I said, every other voice actor in this movie, I think Daniel Kaluuya as Spider-Punk does a brilliant job as well, and every other thing, Jason Schwartzman as Spot, yeah. The voice acting in this is absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't change any one of these in any of these movies. The amount of the visuals in this as well is elevated from the last movie as well. Like each universe has its own style of art. It does. It has its own style of art, and I absolutely love it and all. And I really probably would like to get an art book about this movie and that. It is. Also the story, a lot might not agree with me on this and that, but because I think a lot of people hold the first one really high, and yeah, if you like the first one better than this one, that's great. For me, I think this movie makes the last one better, because after bringing into the Clyde, some of the stories with the Collider, them doing the Collider in the last movie, and then bringing it over to this one, and other stuff from the movie, bringing in this way. You could say that movie made this one better. I say back and forth, but it makes the first one even better, but I still think this one is a miles better movie. I wouldn't say miles, because I like I said, they're both near perfect movies, but I honestly think this is a brilliant movie. It's been a while since I've been in the cinema, and I've been this impressed with a movie. It was. But yeah, the story for this is absolutely outstanding as well. The amount of Easter eggs in this movie is absolutely insane. And my favourite one, and I forgot the actor's name. I did. But there's so many things. You'd have to watch this movie about 10, 15 times and pause it. Like, I can't wait for it to come out on Steve. Just to see all the Spider-Men are in this movie. And funny as well. Absolutely amazing. Donald Glover. He was in the first Spider-Man movie. So his character is the live-action Miles Morales' uncle. And it's a nice little thing after capturing it. He's actually in Miles' thing captured as the Prowler in live action. So he has a little interaction with Miles. That's probably my favourite Easter egg in this movie. But there's so damn many. You have so many Spider-Man. The only ones I didn't really notice. Didn't really notice a symbiote Spider-Man. I could be mistaken. And Superior Spider-Man. If you don't know who Superior Spider-Man is, it is a Dan Slott run comic where Doc Ock transfers his mind into Peter Parker's body, so he becomes Spider-Man. He does for a short run, but it's a brilliant run, and I would really like to see him in the next movie if he does. But like I said, everything about this movie, like I said, the visuals, the acting, the direction, everything they done for this movie for me is near perfect. Like I said, the story of where they're going, you can kind of see coming. That's my only little dislike. But I gotta admit, I would class this as a 5 out of 5 movie. I find it very rare for me to give 5 out of 5. There's only a few movies out there I do. I would honestly think this is a 5 out of 5 movie for me. I really can't wait to see it again. I'm in an hour and going back to the cinema to see it, just to watch it again. It is. I really do hope it does well. I've heard it's done really well this weekend, and thinking that Mario's done over $1 billion, I really do hope this movie does over $1 billion. It elevates the last movie by making it, and you know, I think they complement each other so well. The last two movies, not many movies can do that these days. And to be honest, I would probably class this as my favourite Spider-Man right now. It is. I've always classed that as Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire one, but I think this might actually overtake it. But yeah, definitely a 5 out of 5 movie. Absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to watch it again. And when it comes out, either I go to the cinema if I got a bit of time to go to the cinema again, or when it comes out on Steelbook. I really can't wait to see it. So yeah, that's my review for this amazing movie. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below and tell me what you thought of the movie, if you've gone and seen it, or if you're going to go and see it. I really do want to know your opinions. Is it your favourite Spider-Man movie? What is your favourite Spider-Man movie at the end of the day? Leave a comment down below. Just tell me what it is. I'll get back to all the comments as I normally do. And if you'd like to see more videos, I guess, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.